I was born in Mississippi. I've been in the church ever since I was 5 years old. I've known from that time that I was going to be a teacher. I came to Cleveland at around the age of 10 to 11. I had been teaching in the church since I was 15 years old. And then I heard about Ashland opening a seminary in Cleveland. I had just finished my MBA at Cleveland State, and so I started taking classes there while I was at the bank. It was during that period of time that I observed two glaring omissions in theological education. That was, you had many pastors, very good pastors, who had never gone to seminary. They did not have a bachelor's, and so they weren't able to get into seminary. And then you had lay people who were interested in ministry but did not know how to articulate it because a call to ministry was just always considered as a call to preach. And those glaring omissions, when I was working on my Doctor of Ministry at Ashland, was what I decided to do my project on, is to start a theological center that was contextual, that would deal with issues in the urban area, and particularly the plight of Afro-Americans, disadvantaged people, and those who wanted to go into ministry to deal with that. In fact, I offered the first course ever that had been teaching that focused on the Black perspective, Afro-American Biblical Interpretation, in 1987. And it was at that point that I approached Dr. Finks, who was president of the seminary then. I said, well, you know, we can't do this. 33% of the student body, they've got to go back into their own community. They've got a pastor there. They've got issues and concerns with their people. We have to have something that focuses on those issues. And he said to me, he said, well, if you draw it up, if you design it, then I'll make sure we get it passed through the faculty. And so I did. I designed the entire Black Church Studies program, which included, at that time, the first diploma ever created that still exists, a diploma of theology in Black Church Studies. This was for pastors as well as lay people who had never gone to seminary. But I started drawing upon my colleagues, my African-American colleagues from all over the nation. That's an aspect of the model that has existed to now that does not exist anywhere else. You cannot go anywhere else in this country and study Black church studies and get all of the professors that you have read about in our Doctor of Ministry program. So rather than the students going to them, I brought them to the students. This new scholarship, it's well needed. We need more scholarships for Afro-American students. But my hope is, with this one being relegated to just Doctor of Ministry students in Black Church Studies, that it will be a great support and encouragement and inspiration to some of those who have not come. I suggest to my Doctor of Ministry students, if you're not coming to do something to change the plight, the existential plight of those who are disadvantaged, those least of these, as Jesus spoke about them, and you're just coming just to get a degree, go somewhere else. But if you're coming to get a degree that can make a difference in the plight of others through the church, if you believe in the church and you believe in theological education, as I do, there is nothing else beyond the academy that trains those for ministry and the church that prepares them for ministry to go out to make a difference. If you believe in those two, particularly in Black Church Studies, then Doctor of Ministry is for you. It is crafted for you to be able to do that work.